call.
All right, there we are. So it's an awesome best of 5 here. I'm so excited for this match. It's going to be DongRaeGu taking on Dream on the map Acropolis. Here we are, spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. He made it through the qualifier in first place. He made it through his group. And now he's here in the finals. It's Dream.
And spawning in the top left, first time I've seen him in a while, and probably you too. It is DongRaeGu.
It's been a hot minute since we've seen DongRaeGu. We've had him out to cups once or twice in the past. I've done a show match or two with him. But as far as recent times, it has been a minute since we've seen DongRaeGu. And he's been looking good so far in what we've seen for this tournament.
Absolutely. For him to continue doing what he's doing here after apparently, I don't know, it feels like he stepped away for a while. Yeah, it's just super impressive. We've seen players go to military service and come back and not be quite the same, or maybe not even close to the same, but DongRaeGu, yeah, he looks pretty good right now.
He does. His games, not yesterday, but the day before that, he was able to just destroy Fantasy. That was the one match he played yesterday, or the day before that, pardon me. And that was a solid ZVT. And I'm actually staking that DongRaeGu is going to take this rather convincingly. Based on what he did to Fantasy, I think it's going to be tough for Dream to overcome him.
I don't know, man. I think Dream's looking good too. I'm kind of looking around, and I know DongRaeGu is looking really good, but I think Dream's playing super well as well, just responding well to what the Zerg players we've seen him go up against have done, adjusting appropriately to what the plan is. Eventually got there with True, and I think he can do the same thing here with Mr. DongRaeGu. So
yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. What's your prediction?
Ain't no True though. I think he's gonna make more than just Zerglings.
You're right.
So
they're also. I mean, True also makes Banelings, but yeah.
True's gonna get attacked by some roaches, or Dream's gonna get attacked by some roaches and be like, "What? What's this?"
Thought Zergs only make Lings and Banelings right now.
Apparently that's not the case, but yeah, I mean, DRG, he looked very, very good in his TvZ. You are absolutely correct, though, in saying that Dream has looked really good, too. So that's why I'm so excited for this match. I'm really blown away by both these players. It's getting going here as this Reaper is harassing the natural of DongRaeGu. Wasting no time there, saving that drone.
Yeah, Queen pops out just at the right time, throws down the creep tumor, comes down to set up for a third base, which the Reaper can prevent from happening if the Queen isn't there. So drone's got to be following up here at some point. DongRaeGu doesn't want to be too late with his third as the drone sneaks it around. It's going to be a quick game of tag. Can the Reaper kill the drone before he throws down that hatchery? The answer is not even close.
Not even close. That Queen, she did a good job protecting her baby drone there.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question.
Yeah.
Battlecruiser rush from Dream. What do you think?
Is that a possibility?
I'm feeling it, man. BC rush, game number 1. Let's see it.
The double gas does indicate that's possible for sure. Now we are getting the starport, which is also very important. And Hellions, which are normal.
Fusion core on the way.
You are a winner. Nice spot.
Winner, chicken dinner. Now, speaking of nice spot, DongRaeGu is going to be looking to spot this. He's got Pneumatized Carapace on the way, one of those Zergs who goes for that quite consistently from what we've seen in his play, very consistently as a matter of fact. And so he will get a heads up that this battlecruiser rush is coming his way.
And he's just been making Queens nonstop anyway, which is honestly, you should just do it. Even if you're not expecting a battlecruiser rush, just having a ton of Queens helps you with everything Terran can try to kill you with. It helps you with Hellions and Hellbats. It helps you with medevac drops with Marines. Helps you with battlecruisers immensely too. So just snoot style all of the Queens in the world while you're macroing up, and you should be just fine.
Oh, absolutely. Now let's take a look here. Reaper and Hellions just testing the waters of DongRaeGu. He's just taking very good care to look after his creep tumors. Just making sure that there's no easy pickoffs there. 10 drones on the way for the time being, and just trying to power up. He will eventually have to deal with this BC, though. He's going to identify it, or should identify it relatively soon. He didn't actually go in to spot the fusion core, though.
Your forces are taking damage.
Yeah, that's a good point. He doesn't know for sure that's what's going on. He is getting a Roach Warren, but continuing to double pump Queens. Yeah, so I think he's okay. I mean, having Roaches versus the Hellions is going to be great. Having a million Queens is going to be great. So I don't think he'll have any trouble here, even though he hasn't specifically spotted the fusion core.
Yeah, no Spore Crawlers yet either, though. Spore Crawlers really do help anchor versus those battle cruisers.
True.
And really puts them on a timer.
Ooh. I don't know what he was thinking with that creep tumor.
No, he
With his
did
army
cancel it
right
though and
there.
saved it, right? Or did he lose
No,
it?
he
Oh,
didn't.
wow.
He lost it. It got picked off instantly as it was trying to come up.
And that creep tumor rest in peace. Anyway, there we go. We are seeing some spore crawlers on the way. They will be a little bit late though. This battle cruiser is gonna be able to blink across the map, and they move pretty darn quick. And there it goes, showing up into the main base. Suddenly, DongRaeGu's got to deal with this, while also having to worry about the Hellions that are going to be looking for an opportunity.
They're actually not moving in, surprisingly. Transfusing that queen, spore crawler, like you said, anchoring a little bit there inside the main
There's
base.
actually like nothing for DongRaeGu to defend if these Hellions go on in, and they're actually heading on in now. A single roach pops and is apparently enough to scare away those Hellions.
There's a bunch of lings ready to get us around there too if you come in too far.
It's only,
I don't know. I think
it's
this
only
is held pretty
12
well.
lings, and there's like 10 Hellions, so.
True fact.
I mean, Dream really just testing his opponent for now. One drone has gone down this game.
Is somebody using the Diva voice pack?
Yes, that would be.
Oh, that's
Dream, I believe.
hilarious.
So when you go onto their
hilarious.
vision, you actually do hear it.
Yeah. I couldn't hear it, and Samacron was just like, Diva, legends. That makes me laugh. I love that Dream is using that pack.
It's actually funny. A lot of the Korean players do use that Diva voice back.
That's good. All right, so in total here, DongRaeGu has held perfectly well against this. Another battle cruiser's on the way. Aspire's about 50% complete. So he'll make as many corruptors as he needs, continue pumping roaches, get clear reconstitution, throwing up a fourth base at the same time as Dream is landing his third. And yeah, I think DongRaeGu is just doing exactly what he needs to do here. Getting corruptors to deal with the battle cruisers, and trading out some queens, which is frustrating and annoying, but it's not at the end of the world either.
Value. It's so good. All right, now let's take a look here. Double siege tanks on the way. Command center on the way for Dream, so looking to get up a fourth. However, DongRaeGu getting on in here with some lings. There is a few Hellions to help defend, but that's going to be a surround from the Seema things.
It is. I'm not sure that Hellion's going to survive much longer. Try to take down the fourth hatchery with the battle cruiser. It can get there eventually, but losing these guys on the gas is a big deal.
Yeah,
and in fact,
SCVs
all the mining in the main base
total.
gets temporarily shut down. The wings are going to get cleared out as the army comes back home.
Yamato
Battle
cannon.
cruiser get the Yamato, and it doesn't even have to jump out because.
Oh,
the
look
can't
at this
chase them
though.
that
What
far.
is there really to stop these roaches here? I think the battle cruisers are going to have to teleport back. DongRaeGu just capitalizing on the weakness of his opponent right now.
Oh yeah, he's recognizing there's only roaches on the ground. There are a handful of tanks that just spawned in the main base
Okay,
though,
the
so
tanks are going to help out.
he needs to watch out for that. Losing one tank is a problem. Getting into the mineral line where friendly fire splash damage is a problem. And all the roaches do end up dead, but 14 SCVs down. Worker supply is 80 for DongRaeGu to 56 for Dream.
Beautiful.
Also, third
so
base
far.
has some more attacks going
even
on.
just one more roach just running in there, just to be a pain. Dream does drop that mule hammer, and he does have a fourth orbital command done, so he is going to have that mad mule money. He does have his 1-1 on the way, so he will have an upgrade lead, and he's already back up to 60 SCVs, so very good with his production there. Still, DongRaeGu, he's bought himself a lot of time here just to tech up and figure out how he's going to handle this meching Terran. I expected Bio for a classic match here from Dream, but no, Dream really showing that he's up into these new styles.
Yeah, for sure. Battle cruisers continuing production. Blue Flame getting started now. Some Cyclones in production too. Additional factories getting tossed down, and Mag Field Accelerator coming on at the same time. So yeah, DongRaeGu, fifth base coming up. I mean, he just looks like he's in complete control here. He's got the worker supply that he needs. He's handling these Hellions with grace and going for a hive, getting a couple corruptors and a couple infestors. And we haven't seen Neural Parasite come in. I don't know that he needs it quite yet. When the battlecruiser group gets too big, that's something that you're going to want to do. But we're just sitting at, what, 2 or 3 at the moment?
2. He's heading up into 3.
Yeah, so 2 or 3 is not enough to need Neural Parasite. He'll be
No.
okay.
Personally, I think about 3 battlecruisers is the magic number as a Terran.
Oh. What is it? What's the magic about it?
Basically, 3 battlecruisers is, it's an amount in which it can get a lot of damage done. It's not a super giant commitment, but it forces a very strong commitment out of your opponent. As I say that, though, it looks like one of those BCs does go down, so that's actually a pretty big mistake there from Dream.
Yeah, I can't afford to lose that, especially not on that side of the map. On defense, sure, it's understandable, but not on offense. You really should be able to teleport out if you need to. Barracks gonna get focused down here, not even bothering to lift because the corruptors exist. We're looking at a 169 to 137. DongRaeGu, his macro is through the roof right now.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. 86 workers. Greater Spire on the way. and he's a Zerg after my own heart, throwing up spine crawlers. We see a lot of Zergs who are looking very, very good, sometimes just falter to a bunch of harassment all at once. DongRaeGu making sure to cover that base there. So important.
Yep, so important. I know static defense is not great. It takes away from your drone count, but if you can keep 10, 12 drones alive, it's worth the investment. Creep spread continuing to push across the map here. DongRaeGu seems a little bit unwilling to push off the creep too far, which I can definitely understand.
Yeah.
Adrenal glands getting started for him too, but the mech upgrades by Dream are starting to come up.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, he does actually. In fact, as a matter of fact, his army is quite crummy compared to what Dream has right now. It's just some roaches, some corruptors, and then just quite a few Zerglings. So, I mean, really just a defensive army for the time being. Eventually, DongRaeGu will get into something serious. Those Hellions, by the way, just killed off so many Lings there.
That was a really good position.
40 Lings that died.
I wish Ling pathing wasn't so stupid. Like, go around the outside, dummies. You had another way to get back there. They're dumb, though. You gotta manually tell them what to do sometimes. So 10 Broodlords on the way with another 10 Corruptors. That's gonna be interesting.
Make your army a lot better. And is there actually a good enough answer here from the Terran?
There are 3 Thors in production, which might be enough.
Thors are good, Cyclones are good, and Hellions are good. But still, 10 Broodlords is 10 Broodlords. And then the ground army charging on in potentially with this. Could be a little bit concerning here for the Terran. The Terran will have 2-2 though, which is a very, very important upgrade.
He's
and
getting
6 Thors at a time. Okay.
If the Thors get direct shots on the Broodlords, they can take them out very quickly. So the question is, what do you have to buffer the Broodlords from taking those direct shots?
And these are going to be beautiful 2-2 Thors.
Dream sneaking around the top side here with a bit of a race car mech army. Also coming down the bottom side with these Hellions. Some of them go down pretty much instantly to the spines. Good pull. As the drones get out of there, there's no protection from spines on the top side of the, or with spines on the top side of the map, which is weird.
Look at this though. Dream's looking to, or DRG is looking to maybe push on in. He's got a lot of Corruptors here to cover the air versus air, but that's not really a threat. So he may even want to morph a few more Broodlords in a second if he can. We'll see though.
Picking off the Raven. Nice snipe there. No anti-armor missile for you.
Oh, look at this. Even using the caustic spray there from the Corruptors.
Oh gosh. And the Thors are just getting hammered down here. There is a bit of an attack at that 6th base and down at the 5th base as well, but you're not going to go ahead and base race in this scenario.
No, you're not. Roaches getting on top of the tanks there, taking them out. And then the Broodlord's still just pushing forward. The thing about Dream is that while he had he's had quite a few Thors made this game, they weren't really all together. There wasn't enough support there for the army, and so it just got whittled down here, and suddenly Dream can't muster anything up to stop these Broodlords. He's frantically counterattacking, but that's not going to get rid of the Broodlords that are on top of his base.
No, he's trying to base race with not really much of an army. And they say never base race a Terran, but I don't know. DongRaeGu has Corruptors, so he can chase your buildings down if necessary.
Yeah,
all that transformation is there. Thors are coming out of the factories and immediately getting surrounded by
BCs come on in.
They do. Where's the Corruptor ball? Need to come from that bottom side. They're close
they
by.
do. You gotta get on those Corruptors. Gotta help their and DRG.
They're caustic spraying everything.
Okay, there we go. He's morphing a ton more Broodlords, but then it's like, wait, gotta kill these BCs. Then I can morph a ton more Broodlords if I like.
There you go.
And yeah, it's just this is a dead Dream right here.
Yeah, so Dream's production facilities are going down. Yes, DongRaeGu is taking a ton of damage to his drone count as well as his base count.
Yeah, GG.
But it's not enough.
Okay, DRG takes game number 1 just like that.
Looking good too.
Looking so
I'm really
so
surprised at how the Thors were really ineffective versus those Broodlords. I kind of felt like
there really only was like 3 Thors. There's maybe 4 Thors on the ground when that fight happened. If Dream had bought just like a little bit more time, there's a big difference if he had like say 6 Thors or something.
True. Although he didn't actually even have the Thors that he had focusing on the Broodlords. They got totally caught up in Broodlings.
Yeah, and
didn't get any shots off on the Broods. Yep, and trying to
also important to notice that while he had those forces across the map, Weather Cyclones and Hellions really help out a ton versus Broodlords. Their bodies being there definitely does, helping with buffering, helping with killing off those Broodlords so the Thors can focus them. It really was like Dream fighting with half of his army. Yeah, regardless of the composition, that's usually a bad idea in StarCraft 2.
For sure. Oriwar is here saying DongRaeGu still playing. He used to be silly good. It looks like he's still pretty good, man.
Yeah, he's pretty good, and we're seeing if he's going to be silly good.
Yeah, I don't think he had much trouble with Dream in that game 1 at all. So we'll see what game 2 has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm personally hoping for a good old bio TvZ, rubbing my hands together, because that's just my favorite thing to watch here. That mech game was still good though. It was a bit anticlimactic. DRG was just like, all right, I'm gonna go kill you, Dream, and that worked out. Here we are though. The map is Winter's Gate, spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. It's Dream.
And spawning in the bottom right, he's Blue, he's Zerg, and he is still DongRaeGu.
He is still DongRaeGu. The one true Dong, some would say.
That is what I've heard once or twice.
Make sure to let your friends know that this final is going on, guys. It's like this tournament might have flown under a few people's radars, but we got some great StarCraft 2 going on here.
All right, need to step out for 2 seconds. Be right back.
All right, looks like I'm going to be holding down the fort here for just a second. Normal build coming out of DongRaeGu. And, I mean, I really like the way that DongRaeGu has just been approaching this matchup so far, playing a really solid Zerg play. He was kind of a mystery coming into this tournament, but he is showing that he's good. Like, I was honestly kind of wondering because I hadn't seen him play in anything for a long time before this. And then just all of a sudden, it's like, oh no, he's really good still. Reaper on the way. Command Center on the way. Normal build here. Dream is SCV scouting. DongRaeGu has gone for an early pool once or twice. And oh wait, what's he doing with this? Yeah, just hanging out at the third base, it would seem. Just making sure that no drone goes down there. So for now, no third base for DRG. The Reaper going to be a bit of a nuisance. We'll see how well this micro goes. Dream's Reaper micro has been pretty darn good so far, but then DongRaeGu's drone micro has been pretty great this tournament. We'll see if I jinx that or not, but no. So far, still on point, keeping those drones alive. DongRaeGu did qualify for Code S last season, but since that match, he just didn't play anything, and it's been a long time since that match. Like this GSL season has been going on for quite a while. Reaper trying to deny that base as long as it possibly can. Not able to get it though. Starport on the way here for Dream. That last build for him was considered a failure, but whether he thought that the opening wasn't... I mean, the opening actually wasn't too good for Dream. Let's talk about that for a second. I didn't really get a chance to point it out during the cast, but for a BC rush, you're usually going to get like 5 drones. Between like something like 3 to like 8 drones, I'd say, is the norm. I haven't seen enough of them really to judge that. However, it definitely is still a very viable build. And Dream didn't achieve that. He got like 1 drone that game, and so that is considered just a bit of a lackluster opening, or lackluster results for that opening. So that was very, very nice for DongRaeGu having a good defense like that. Now though, we are seeing a bit of an interesting build coming out of here. Marauders on the way. Gonna be a Medivac on the way behind this. Hellions being produced. It's possible we could be seeing one of those Hellion Marauder attacks. And Dream did this versus some other Zerg before. I want to say he did this versus True. Yeah, it must have been True in this tournament. Maybe he did it versus like Lazier in the qualifiers or something. But I want to say that it was indeed True that he did this versus. And yeah, I mean, True, I think, actually held it, but it was close. This is a strong attack, and something that DongRaeGu might not be familiar with, so he's frantically trying to scout and see what's going to be coming his way. He doesn't know, though. I mean, looks like he got a bit of a glimpse with an Overlord. There's that D.Va soundbite again as we quickly switch to the vision of DongRaeGu.
D.Va, she's still here. Yeah, I'm back. We're ready to go. So what are we looking at here? Is this going to be a Hellbat Marauder?
Hellbat Marauder, indeed. So those Marauders should be in a medivac somewhere. 3 Marauders, 1 Marine for good luck. And this is going to be a strong attack. Is DongRaeGu prepared for this? He's got his Queens moving forward. Suddenly, Marauders jumping on top of your face. That is not a good time. And we take a look at the production for DongRaeGu. It is like nothing. He starts a Spore Crawler out of panic, but I think he may need to start a few Spines or something because this attack is coming. And now...
I think he's just done.
I
Lings
think
aren't going to hold this.
Absolutely right. Last time we saw Zerg hold this, they had a pretty beautiful choke. I think it was True. But this time, there's simply nothing here for DongRaeGu. He's making a handful of Lings. That Spore Crawler is going to finish up in just a second here. Actually might pick off that medivac. Not quite, though. And the Queens are gone, and so I think is DongRaeGu's chance in this game. GG. 1-1 tied up.
Yeah, that is a very, very aggressive, strong attack. If you're not prepared for it perfectly, you're gonna die. So, nicely done there. Nice little tie this thing up type strategy from Dream. Can't argue with it. Its effectiveness is well known. And yeah, at that situation, you need Banelings, or you need Roaches, or Spines. And you can't just do it with Queens and Lings. So that is all that DongRaeGu had. So, hopefully, he'll do a little bit better job scouting next time he sees this, because that was some rough stuff for sure. And I mean, even the Roaches aren't necessarily a great idea against it because the Marauders are so good against them. So in general, what you kind of want to see there is the Banelings. You get rid of the Hellbats, and then the Lings and the Queens can handle the Marauders at that point. It's just really the Hellbats and the Marauders combined that cause all of those troubles. So pretty quick play there for sure.
Yeah, now, there was just, like, nothing there for DongRaeGu, really.
Yeah, he did not see that coming. He didn't see anything coming.
Okay, looks like everyone's ready, so we're going to hop right on into it. The 2 players are ready. That's the most important part, so away we go.
Dream knew that DongRaeGu doesn't try to scout, said Oriwar. I'm not sure. Is that a general truth? I don't know. I mean, I guess that does kind of contradict what I said in game number 1. I basically said just make Lings and Queens and a bunch of Queens, and you can hold pretty much anything that Terran can do against you, but it turns out...
True,
no.
But DongRaeGu didn't even have a ton of Queens there.
Hmm.
And DRG does try to scout. He went for Pneumatized Carapace in the last game. It's not too late for that kind of rush, though. I am not sure. Anyway, here we are. He just took that last map very quick. It's Dream.
And spawning in the top left, he's red. He's DongRaeGu.
All right, I do apologize if I'm kind of just like tabbing out for a second here and there, just sorting out the replacement. Looks like we possibly may have, can't confirm yet, but looks like Puck is down to be the replacement for Zest, so we would still be having a PvP.
Yeah.
Puck's played in Afreeca World once or twice before. Basically, so we're just going to ride out this best of 5. If Puck is the only player who's stepped up willing to play, we'll go with him. And it's not like, oh no, we don't want Puck. It's just that we generally go down the line of players who were knocked out by the player that forfeited to be the replacement. So Fantasy was our first go-to, and then Alive. However, we haven't heard back from any of them, so otherwise it may just be someone like Puck who wasn't originally in the tournament.
Right.
Yes, so that's how that works, trying to find a replacement. Now, as far as this game goes, nothing too out of the ordinary. Dream just going for his nice and early SCV scout again, a man after my own heart. He SCV scouts and he repairs his CCs most of the time, or his planetaries most of the time, so doing good.
So yeah, nothing too crazy early on. No quick pull here out of DongRaeGu. Dream is going for the factory, likely for the Hellion Harass, and Reaper swinging across, trying to get something done against these 4 lings. This is not true. We're not going to have 8 lings. It's just the 4, as is tradition. And pretty good control here, not allowing the Reaper to go down. He's trying to weaken some of these drones to kill maybe 1 or 2 of them.
It's getting close for that one, but yeah, I mentioned that in the start of that previous game. I'm really impressed by Dream's Reaper control, but then I'm also very impressed by DongRaeGu's control. And I totally just jinxed Dream there.
You did. As the Reaper instantly goes down as soon as you compliment the control.
Yeah, I should have knocked on wood there for him. Okay, so this is interesting.
That is a Roach Horn before the 3rd base, or while the 3rd base is coming down.
Yeah, that's a 3-minute Roach Horn. And he just killed the Reaper.
What's Dream? He's got a starport on the way. So Dream's got one of those. Does he have double gas in his main?
He does, so it could be a battlecruiser rush again. However, how's that work out? Roach Rush versus battlecruiser rush. Could be Banshees or something out of Dream too, but no? Okay, a Viking on the way.
Yeah, Viking first. And no fusion core. Okay.
If DRG goes for some big aggression, and it looks like he will be, I mean, this is not a good opening for Dream to deal with this. This sort of thing is usually followed up by a 3rd command center, so this could actually just be disastrous for Dream. DRG realized that he killed the scout, and he's going to be very, very aggressive here. Yeah,
he's moving in with 2 Hellions, which you generally don't do. Actually, just kidding, they're going home. At least one is. Where'd the other one go? Selnaga? Okay, so there's one. Left side looks like a couple more Hellions coming over there, too.
Yeah,
so
the
he hasn't
roaches
scouted
are already
anything
going
yet.
Across the map, though, and suddenly Dream is like, ruh-roh, panic time.
He knows. He's got advanced warning. He's going to throw up some bunkers here. This build can be really
starting a Marauder, but this could be bad. Is there just... Okay, DRG is droning behind this, so no massive commitment, but still, there's nothing really that is completely anti-roach here. The bunker is definitely going to help out, but these SCVs on this depot and command center should be getting picked off. A Ravager's coming forward. What is DRG going to be able to get done? Pulls back that injured roach. Okay, the bunker is up. Meanwhile, DRG losing a couple of drones to these Hellions. It's only 2 Hellions though, so nothing that deals a ton of damage. And DRG still poking at the front, so a bit of attack and counterattack going on simultaneously here.
He's trying to get the 3rd.
If he gets it, that'll be huge, and I think he's going to cancel.
Nicely done. Good aggression. Didn't lose anything there, really, and did force to cancel 5 SCVs down as well. I think DongRaeGu is in a great position, especially since he was droning up. While all that was happening, he's at 54 workers to 35 of Dreams. And yeah, I don't even know what Dream's going to do here. He's going for bio. Combat Shield has been started, getting some tanks in the mix too. Restarting his 3rd command center and a couple more barracks on the way. But DongRaeGu is on 3 bases, happily getting saturated there. 5 drones on the way. Creep spread looking good as well. Roach's Ravagers are ready to rock, and I'm not even sure that Dream's going to be able to safely establish his 3rd base at this rate. What's up? Chicken is in chat. Chicken's here. In the lair, about to finish here from DongRaeGu, making a couple extra hatcheries here. One of them looks like an expansion. One's probably a macro hatch right there inside the main. As we have seen. Yep, there it is. I do love the macro hatch very much. And taking that additional gas. I mean, this is the point of the game where, as a Zerg player, you just feel super happy. You're on 4 bases. You got about 70 workers. You have a macro hatch. You have all the larvae in the world, and at this point, it's pretty much up to you what you want to do.
The world.
Whether you want to be, it is. Whether you want to be aggressive, whether you need to respond exactly. Oh, attacking the top left here though.
Oh, Hellion drop. I mean, Dream trying to get anything he can done. He obviously knows he's behind having his 3rd CC canceled, and the attack like that from DRG, yes, that was a commitment, but it wasn't a giant one.
No, absolutely not. I mean, forcing a cancel on the 3rd base was really nice, but it wasn't game-ending or really game-win. Just got him ahead, and that's what can matter. Hellion's getting back inside the main base for DongRaeGu, and then getting chased away once again. Really just keeping those queens on their toes. And meanwhile, the Bioforce is pushing up. It's going to be Roach Ravager, which does have about an 11-minute shelf life. At some point, these become really bad against Bio. As we can see here, they're a little bit slow to respond. The juke over to the fourth base was really nice from Dream. The Hellions in the main base killing more of these drones, getting picked off eventually there. Some Lings are in the mix, getting largely just massacred there without really accomplishing much of anything at all, and then you just pick up and get out. This is why I'm not a huge fan.
But spores do repel that.
That's why I'm not a huge fan of Roach Ravager versus Bioterran.
I do know how much you hate Roaches and Ravagers versus Bioterran.
I just, it's hard to win with it. You really have to win fast, and if you don't, it's kind of dead weight.
DRG
but 9 Muta's on the way.
Yeah, he is going for a bit of a sneak Muta attack here, and Dream's not expecting this at all. And also, I know that Roach Ravager very inefficient versus Bio, but sometimes a Zerg can just make that much Roach Ravager, in which it works.
Yeah, it looks like he is transferring into a Ling Bling Muta style play here, which I am much more appreciative of.
Oh, look at this. This is going to be so good for DRG.
There are a handful.
Picks off a few SCVs, and now the main base could be in a bit of trouble here. Nab enough few Marines. Quick reaction, though, by Dream does stim into the main base to sort that out as quick as possible.
There's a good number of Marines. Yeah, for sure.
There is, yeah. Now the Muta's actually just sort of bypassing these Marines that were trying to intercept them, so lots of mind games going on here. Seems to be working out pretty well for DRG, though. Gonna nab himself off a tank. Can he get a second? It's gonna be close, and I think he can. Knocking down that tank count. Very beautifully done.
Yeah, this is just beautiful harassment here. Working on Drilling Claws, some Widowmines in production from Dream as well as 2-2 for his Bio. And yeah, I kind of feel like at this point the army supply is big enough for DongRaeGu. He should just go into that third base and try to take it down. Make all these Roaches and Ravagers as effective as they're going to be. Especially before Widowmines start really getting pumped in here, and Dream deciding he needs to move out and do something while an attack from DongRaeGu swings down the left side.
Yeah, these Mutas still looking to cause more trouble. One Medivac that was dropping out there was intercepted. This is actually going to be very scary, though, in a second here. We take a look at the supply. Pretty darn good for DongRaeGu. He's throwing a lot of money into Banelings as well, so going to have that to help clear.
Yeah, I mean, just maxed out at this point. And as they always say, if you're maxed out and your opponent isn't, every second that goes on, your opponent catches up to you. You can't get further ahead at this point. So he's going to go ahead and try to set up a bunch of Banelings at the center zone like a watchtower. It looks like he's going to go either after the fourth base or after the third base is what he's posturing for, while expanding behind it, getting an infestation pit, and continuing to upgrade for melee and ground carapace, which is really nice for Lings. Like, fully upgraded 3/3 cracklings are actually kind of great into the late game.
They are. That hive on the way, so it could be a possibility in the long run. For now, the DongRaeGu, he's shown an incredible tendency to be willing to end games just at the snap of his fingers, so we could see him just try and go for a kill move versus Dream, as he is maxed out with that, yeah, with a significant bank.
Looks like Salmacron has voted to take Zest's place if we need someone, so appreciate that, Salmacron. It's like Chicken is also in support of that as well. But Hive on the way here from DongRaeGu. Going for Thors, but this attack looks really scary all of a sudden, and that is a full liftoff on the third base entirely. Banelings coming in off creep, getting target fired and split against.
That's a beautiful concave there by Dream, trying to hold on desperately.
Exceptionally well.
Is it still too much Zerg, though?
We're looking at 22 SCVs have gone down. The Thors are trying to help here as well. Lings and Roaches getting on top of this Bio.
He does retreat
Planetary
to
Fortress
the
going to help there immensely. Where did the Mutas are here? He's going to hold on, but I'm not sure if he can make the comeback. That Thor did get sniped off. Roaches, Ravagers, Mutalisks going against a small group of Io, and I think that might be it. That group dies, and I think we're in trouble for that fourth base as well, although DongRaeGu is doing a full retreat as an attack of Dream's coming up into his fourth base.
Okay, just a little bit of harassment from Dream. This is looking pretty darn terrifying, though, from DongRaeGu, based on the fact that he just made 16 more Mutalisks. And that is 16 Mutas in the hand of DongRaeGu is a pretty scary thing, and not just 16, 26.
And planetary fortresses, as we all know, famously cannot shoot up.
They cannot, but neither can orbital commands. Looks like this one's about to go down here, and Dream, he's desperately trying to hold on here. He's got an okay army and okay upgrades, but it's simply not enough. It would seem Widowmines do burrow, though. pretty good connections, but still, it's just too much Zerg here.
Yeah, the Lings are getting on top of the Thors and the Marines down here, doing what they can with the Adrenal Glands upgrade. Oh, Medevac's getting picked out. That's your good game. DongRaeGu takes game number 3.
Classic Zerging there by
DongRaeGu.
By DongRaeGu.
Yeah, I mean, army value takes a huge spike there around 9 minutes. His workers active is higher pretty much the entire game for him. Yeah, that early attack that really did slow down Dream's ability to macro was problematic, and then just going off creep, man. Lings, Banelings, Roaches, Ravagers, and Mutalisks. Shut down that third base, attack the front door a little bit, and then comes around for round 2 and gets the win. So, I mean, that is some aggressive Zerg. I mean, that is not something that you'll see from a lot of Zergs, but DongRaeGu, the kind of player who's absolutely going to take it to you if he feels like he has the advantage, and he definitely did there. So 2-1 lead in this best of 5.
Yeah.
Moving on in to game 4 here.
Do you think that like Dream just has to go for like one of those aggressive builds again?
If I was him, I probably would.
Yeah, DRG's just looking so solid.
I mean, DongRaeGu was fine with the Battlecruiser rush. He shut that down pretty easy. What else can we do? Do we just go back to the Hellbat Marauder push and maybe hope DongRaeGu doesn't expect it again?
Maybe it is one of those instances which you literally bring out the same build twice. Although that, yeah, I mean, that last game kind of just went sour for Dream, the fact that he lost his Reaper.
Yeah, and that was a problem. It got a little bit too loosey-goosey with the Reaper. It was down to low HP. Jumped it into the main base. Queen came off creep to finish it off, which is kind of weird, but...
I do love the fact that DRG was just like, hey, it's 2019. This game's been out 9 years. You should know by now. A Zerg can kill you if you simply lose your Reaper.
True
you won't get that critical scout. Anyway, the map is Disco Bloodbath. Spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. It's Dream.
Disco Bloodbath.
What a name.
And in the bottom right is DongRaeGu.
DRG. Just looking so good. How hype is this? If DRG wins... I mean, I do hope that Dream takes this match, because full series are absolutely fantastic to watch. However, I do... if DRG makes it to the finals, how hype is that going to be? I didn't expect that, to be honest.
Super hype. Super all the way hype. Creighton, is that Creighton Olsen?
It
is
is
that the guy in
indeed.
chat? Creighton Ols. Yeah, that works, I guess. In chat, really liking this map. I'm a huge fan of this map too. Although yesterday I had the idea. It was this brilliant
the
idea.
worst idea ever.
LaughNgamez is way on board with this. So basically, what I was thinking is, you know, the little disco boxes they've got around on the map. I was thinking that if you destroy those, right, make them destructible structures, and after you destroy them, it just flashes, whites out your screen for about a second or two. Maybe giving you just the advantage, just enough to allow your units to get in there and jump on top of an army or micro in a certain way that your opponent's not expecting. I think it'd be awesome.
It would just be blinding people.
Look, man, we're not trying to hurt anybody here, okay? We're just... Okay, fine. Black screen then? You want to just black screen it for 2 seconds? It's not as thematically
would be
appropriate.
better, but then I'd be like, oh, hey, why'd my monitor get disconnected?
Yeah, but I mean, just for like a second and a half, like you're not going to go down and start checking cables in that time. And yeah, you'd definitely be like, why did my cables get disconnected? I'll check those later. But yeah, eventually people would figure it out, right?
It would just be driving people insane because they'd be like, what's wrong with my monitor? Go out and buy a new monitor.
Nah, man. You talk to other players who play StarCraft, like, yeah, that's the new map feature on Disco Bloodbath. It's Falcon Paladin's idea. That guy's a genius. That's how that conversation would go.
Okay, that's a better idea from Creighton. When they're destroyed, they make all the units dance around.
I'm down with that too. I fully support that idea.
That would be so much better. This poor drone. Having a rough day.
Just trying to get a third base, man. Not gonna happen. Yeah, I fully support your dancing stasis idea too, Creighton. So let's get that going. I've already emailed Blizzard, but I can amend my email. Just send a follow-up after this cast. Oh my gosh, this Reaper has done such a great job, by the way.
He's doing a fantastic job.
This is a 3.5-minute third, and there's no real aggression coming either.
Yeah,
so
there's no real reason for that besides the fact that good Reaper control from Dream.
he's basically saying, you delayed my third base last game, I'm going to delay your third base this game. See how you can handle it.
Okay, let's see. Hellions. Coming on down. Creep Tumor gets canceled though. Good reaction there. They are just going to dive on in here. Just a handful of links to get on top of these couple of Hellions. It looks like they're not going to get too much done though. It's always a bit odd when just 2 Hellions run into a base. While that's going on though, the Reaper dove on into the main base. 2 drones have gone down so far this game.
And the Reaper's still alive. What a Gosu Reaper this is. Just a hero of the Dominion.
Oh yeah, that's like a Tom Cruise Reaper right there.
Hey look, Fusion Core. Alright. So Fusion Core about halfway complete here.
Did DongRaeGu
And the Speedy Overlord.
No,
they did.
Come on, every Terran builds it at the back of their main mineral line.
Turn left.
You go check that. There we go. That a guy. He knows.
Queen's ready. Here comes a new challenger.
Oh god, clicking
Round
on
2.
DRG's vision. It's always just random diva.
All right, Roach Warren on the way. Additional queens coming in here too. 10 drones at a time from DongRaeGu. Is he seriously trying to go back to the battle cruiser? Well, I'm very confused by this. I mean, the answer is yes, he is, because he's making a battle cruiser. But I don't know about this.
You don't know about the BC?
No. I'm just saying I don't know why. Like, what's it gonna do? The first game when he tried it, he didn't win. It wasn't particularly all that effective either with it.
I mean, yeah, it did set him up to play a longer game, and then he just kind of made the mistake of not taking the Broodlord seriously enough. I think, and keep in mind that last game when he made the BC, that BC literally got like 1 or no kills.
Yes.
It was pretty much no damage, so maybe it'll go better this time. It is a solid build. Usually a battle cruiser gets a lot more damage than that. Oh, this one queen, by the way.
Why are these queens off creep?
I don't know why they're going on this adventure. Oh,
I mean, you got some tumors ready to go. Battle cruiser jumps in, natural base under attack.
There we go, and those queens are so far away.
They're running. They're running
He just
fast as they
doesn't
can.
dive onto the drones when maybe you should be. Okay, he's gonna go for this queen in the main base, then the drones will be exposed. So he's gonna start working away. Needs another queen comes on, and no, look at that. He literally just kills 1 drone again. 1 queen and 1 drone.
So I'm talking about here. DongRaeGu has like magic anti-battle cruiser powers.
He just afraid.
He just pulls the drones, man. They get out in time.
Yeah, but usually the BCs chase the drones, but Dreams was just not having it.
No.
I mean, he does get 2 battle cruisers, which is a nice bit of damage. Oh, I mean, 2 overlords there. Pardon me.
It is. It doesn't supply blocking DongRaeGu, which is nice. But I mean, we got another Spire on the way, going for Glial Reconstitution. This just feels like an incredible redo of game number 1. I'm having some deja vu here.
Yeah, I think game number 1 could have gone completely different though, had Dream just taken the BCs or the Broodlords a little bit more seriously. So I'm excited to see a potential do over here. That battle cruiser, by the way, comes in and goes for Yamato, picks off a queen, teleports out. Thankfully, that was just off cooldown there for it. Had me nervous there. I thought that could have been a done BC.
Yeah, that teleport is pretty good. Hellions diving on in. Wow, you only live once, it would seem, if you're a Hellion driver. 6 drones go down in total.
Look at this.
Here. Another just YOLO dive.
These drones are trying to run away. I mean, great dodge there by DRG, but they're all still stacked up, and there are still Hellions active in the natural.
They're dead.
11 drones go down this game.
And the workers go back. DongRaeGu's like, don't die to these suicidal Hellion play is pretty good. Keeping his dudes alive, making 9 drones to replace the 11 that he lost, really just coming back at it, no big deal. Army supply bigger for DongRaeGu. We're looking at a bigger worker supply here for Dream. It's the 3rd base is down, and mules are coming in here too.
Yeah,
Cyclones
I mean,
in production.
I don't mind this for Dream. The mutas will definitely get something done, I feel, since there's no turrets just yet.
And the Muta is getting on top of this mineral line. Goodbye,
man, yeah.
all of the SCVs. There are no turrets, no Marines,
There
no
are
Cyclones,
somewhere
no
to help
Thors.
one out, but
There's
the
a
Cyclone even
single
going
Cyclone. No.
Down. Ouchie.
Oh my gosh, this is
15.
so brutal. The battle cruisers are too slow to catch these speedy boys.
DRG has that classic.
Yamato's fast.
Yamato is a guaranteed kill, so the poor Muta that gets targeted has a real bad day, but still 21 SCVs going down to 7 Mutalisks there.
That's 75
That's
to
a
50
good value
workers.
right there.
Yeah, so DongRaeGu takes some worker des, replaces them all instantly, and then goes and kills 20 SCVs.
I'm telling you, DongRaeGu has the classic Heart of the Swarm Muta buff.
The what now?
I swear, there's like a buff that all these old Zergs get with their Mutas. They're just so good.
So if you've been around for a while, your muta control is better than people who are new to the game.
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
He used Mutas all the time back in the day.
Yeah, mutas were a lot more popular back then. Kind of miss them, honestly.
Well, I mean, DRG is letting us see him pretty much every game here.
That's fair.
He's making some
Here.
corruptors.
That tissue regeneration helping those mutas get back up to full health sooner than they otherwise would. Corruptors in production here too, getting upgrades, typical hooks on the way. Yeah, man, this is like a Roach Ravager, Ling Bling, Muta, whatever, let's go kill him kind of a thing.
Battle cruisers crossing the map. My favorite thing about the battle cruiser rush, I think, is that it usually works out in which like one BC goes across the map, then another, then another. And it's kind of like that campaign mission in which the Gorgon battle cruisers come across.
Yeah, that's such a fun mission
In
too.
which you got to take down the big ship. Oh, that was a fun one.
Yeah, and there were the, what were those nests called?
Scourge?
Swarm nests? Scourge nests?
Yeah, they were basically for scourges, I think, right?
Yeah, they made
Like
Scourge.
ancient scourges, I don't know.
Yep.
So battle cruisers don't get a lot done versus corruptors when they don't have Yamato cannon.
No, they can jump out, which
They
is
can.
good for them. Top left of the map, are those hiding Mutalisks? Like way top left.
Nope, just
That's
an
a lord.
overlord.
There were some mutas here earlier, but looks like they made it back home safely.
4 mutas remain.
Yeah, they're heading swinging around. There they are, getting all healed up quite
Oh,
nicely.
this
Greater
poor
Spire. It's
Have
gonna
a
live
real
though.
bad time.
Haha, not dead. Greater Spire on the way. More Corruptors in production. 2/2 coming in the form of +2 melee and +2 missile attack. No armor upgrades today from DongRaeGu, which is interesting. I mean, not today, but just this game. Yeah, still continuing those upgrades, working on tanks and Hellbats, and Dream says I'm gonna try to mech this thing. I've had pretty good effects with this in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I fully think that it's not gonna, like, it's clearly already, it's pretty similar to the last game. DRG's got a good economy and he's approaching maxed out, but I think Dream's gonna have learned his lesson here and put in a little more effort just to not die to Broodlords. Oh, Baneling's rolling in towards that third base of Dream. SCVs run out. Oh no!
Oh, hang on, they stopped running!
Ah, 7 SCVs for 4 Banelings.
Mutas harassing over here. Battle Cruiser shutting that down pretty nicely. Why are you sacking your Mutas? Get out of there.
He only had like
You're
4
never-
left.
Well,
Just
now he
make
has
that
one.
one left.
Did he target fire the Mutas that had more HP than the other one? That would be awesome if he
I
did.
think he did, yeah.
Holy
Why
crap,
Yamato
Bernie, that
and
was
Muta
really
with
good.
just a bit of health.
It's true.
Oh, this
Makes
poor
sense.
Mutalisk. Oh, run!
Nope, he's fast. 11 Broodlords in production. Adrenal glands on the way. Looks like we are staging for a major attack coming on in, and there's really not a whole lot of anti-air other than those battle cruisers here. No force. Cyclones, yes, but
I mean,
my goodness, I
look
just
at-
feel like
look
this
at
is
that.
not what you want.
Look at this time, though, for Dream. He's out on the map. He's not just waiting to die versus BCs. So
True.
even if the Broodlords do push him back, pardon me, he's going to have a lot more time to, like, pull back and prepare, maybe counterattack, something like that. He did lose some of his BCs, though, didn't he? Lost one of them.
Attack on the right side, continuing push in here from Dream. Blue Flame Hellbats leading the charge.
Where are the
Lings, Roaches, Ravagers. I don't know. They've
There we go.
morphed
10
in
on
a
the
weird
way, but
place.
They are. I mean, DRG is not being very punctual with these Broodlords. They're not where they should be by now.
Did he cancel a bunch? He was making a bunch 2 minutes ago.
I think he canceled them to deal with the BCs.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
Maybe maybe that's what happened. Either way,
Baneling's taking out the Hellbats.
see, but now he's made all of his corruptors into Broodlords, and he doesn't have any actual corruptors to deal with the 2 BCs here.
So the hatch does go down. He's making 14 corruptors, though. They'll be here momentarily.
Still,
And
look at
yeah.
this. This is going a lot better for Dream this time around.
It is, but the Broodlords are absolutely tearing apart these tanks, making the Roaches and Ravagers and Lings that much more effective.
Yeah.
Sure, we're going to lose maybe a Broodlord or 2 here. Reinforcements on the left side going to get picked off there as well. Corruptors are showing up against these Broodlords, or against the
right.
battle cruisers, and the Broodlords are heading
Yeah,
to the other
he's
side of the
picking
map.
A few of them off, though. The VCs do have teleport out. He's got a Yamato and a teleport, but yeah, I mean, you are right. The Broodlords are pushing across the map. I mean,
The tank count is just falling apart here. Not that what you want, really. Although this group coming on in, I'm not sure
pretty
what
similar
DongRaeGu
to the
has
last
to deal
game,
with
though.
this.
and it's just one Viking on the way at a time. That's real sad. There is the BCs, though. If they dump their Yamato cannons off onto say the Broodlords, then that'll thin out their numbers a fair bit. You got to repair this planetary of your dream just to buy yourself some more time. He is focused on this counterattack, so I mean, DRG doesn't have a ton of active bases here. There's a chance that Dream can make this come together. There we go. Yamato cannon picking off some of these Broodlords. The Thor's going to try and take care of the rest, but those Thors are quite disjointed for now. Broodlings, though, working away on the planetary fortress, not defending the Broodlords. So these Thors getting some work done on the Corruptors, and that's actually it. GG.
Ho, ho, ho.
Dream does make the hold that time, and just the counter damage was enough.
The Broodlords were late. He lost the base. Wasn't on the offensive with the Broodlords. Couldn't make it happen. Battle cruisers didn't even do a whole lot, I don't think, but in the end, wow, that was crazy stuff. Hatchery's going down. Army not quite what he needed to handle what we're seeing over there, and the Thor's getting on top, and it's kind of watching that final battle again here. And yeah, man, that base that base lives. End of story. Nicely done.
Looks like Fantasy is going to be the replacement here.
Nice.
Since Zest was the one who beat Fantasy.
Very good. Yeah, that's great. I'm so excited for Fantasy to get in here. All right, man. Let's get right on in. This is our...
Yeah, ace match between these two.
It certainly is.
Rubber match. Let's see. Who do you still think Dream's going to take it? It's been a great series so far.
It has, but after that last game, I'm kind of changing my mind here. I'm less confident that DongRaeGu is going to win this thing. I feel like he just makes a couple different decisions there. He wins that game too and moves on. So I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to put my support behind DongRaeGu here. He'll make it into our final today. Looks like our players are ready to go.
Okay. Just hopping on into the next game, the final game between these two. I'm happy for whoever advances.
Yeah, me too. All right, game 5. Moving on in to Thunderbird, which is really good for those macro style games. It's a huge map, easy to take third base. All of those qualifications mean long game. Probably. Not guaranteed.
Here we are, spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's Dream.
And at the top left is DongRaeGu.
Okay. Let's see how this one's gonna work on out. I hope we get like a classic TvZ bio game. I'm really hoping.
I know, you love that so much.
I just do. It just brings me back.
People in chat asking if this is live. And
It is
absolutely
live.
is.
All Afreeca worlds are live. We're alive. Alive was alive, but then he got knocked out of the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, you could click on a VOD
You could.
on this channel. It could not be live, but this is not a VOD.
We are live. I guess we should like do that watch thing. It is currently 7:04. It is August 31st. August 31st Pacific time. And that's how you
Which
know it's
means
live.
it's September 1st in other parts of the world.
It is. It is indeed September 1st in Korea, if you happen to be watching from there.
Officially September.
Oh man, this summer went way too quick.
Really did. You were very busy though.
Oh, so busy. I miss StarCraft, man.
It's back. It's back in your life. Don't worry.
It is. This
I'll
SCV,
never leave you.
such an animal, ripping that mineral patch out of the ground.
Holy
He doesn't
crap!
want to go around.
Who does that? Hmm.
Wake me up when September ends. Man, that's a throwback right there.
Copenhagen DOS isn't that old. Come on, Copenhagen DOS.
He's someone from your community?
Yeah, he's one of my guys.
Alright.
I mean,
Oh!
he's in my
a dead
Discord
drone.
server anyway. Drone down, Reaper has fulfilled his responsibility. I think Copenhagen DOS is an equal opportunity StarCraft enjoyer.
You think so?
No, I don't know, man. Who do you belong to, Copenhagen DOS? There's some options here.
Like he belongs to some.
Yeah. Look, man, there are people who stand for parting,
Oh,
right?
I'm pretty sure there's a few parting guys lurking here.
That's what I'm talking about. There are people
Show us
who
the
are
parting.
Florencio fans, people who are big fans, people who love Maynard. Like, I don't know. There's people who are devoted to one person.
Time to
Staying
find
out of-
out.
oh, he caught the
Oh.
drone.
The Reaper suicides himself. So much hate coming out of that Reaper. Just murdering 2 drones.
2 drones is super impressive.
Dream apparent. I mean, I would love to see DongRaeGu just throw up a Roach Warren right now. And just to go for a Roach attack like he did previously.
I support it.
But the timing not quite the same as before. Overlord's coming on in, confirming a 3rd CC. And alright. Let's take a look here. That Overlord does go down. I mean, 2 drones go down at the start of the game for DRG. That was a little bit unpleasant. Nothing too major, though. And we do have Bio from Dream, so let's see it. Good old Bio TvZ. I want it.
Told you. Copenhagen DOS belongs to no man or woman. He also lives in my neck of the woods. So he's not too
Just a
far
big
away.
old SC2 groupie, huh?
Yeah. DongRaeGu making 7 drones at a time because he's Zerg. 1-1 coming in for melee attacks and ground armor. So indicating a lot of banelings at the very least, and some Zerglings in the mix as well. Creep spread looking pretty fantastic, honestly, for this stage of the game. Really trying to push across Thunderbird with creep is hard to do. You can pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's about a 30-second delay in the stream, so... make note of that.
Alright. Queens tossing up their creep tumors. Baneling Nest on the way for DRG. 1-1 on the way for both players. The drone count's rising. The creep spreading. The bio's building. Let's see it.
Sounds like it's potato harvest or something.
Potato harvest. That one
I
escapes
don't know, man.
me.
Hay harvest, wheat harvest. You grow stuff in Canada. I know you do.
We do.
No potatoes?
I don't grow stuff in Canada.
No, I know. Neither do I. I know you got farmland over in your neck of the woods. I've seen it.
We do.
All right. I think that's where they actually filmed Smallville.
They film a lot of movies over here in BC.
Supposed to be in Kansas.
A lot of
Yeah.
tax breaks.
Yeah, Canada's very friendly to film studios. Australia too.
Huh.
True facts. And Philadelphia. A lot of stuff that's supposed to be in New York City is filmed in Philly
Really?
because it's cheaper. Yeah, tax breaks. All right.
Kind of interesting how that's the case.
It is. Also, filming in New York City is a nightmare. So
I guess that's
here we go. Lings, Banelings.
Nice
Surround.
wraparound.
A lot of stuff gonna die. Not everyone, but a lot of stuff's gonna die. And then Dream pushes out. He's gonna drop in the main. See, this is why I like Lings and Banes over Roaches and Ravagers. If you, right, the Medivacs go in the main base. Lings and Banes are faster to respond than the Roaches are for sure.
Yeah, they are. Personally, if I'm ever to play Zerg, which is pretty few and far between in which I'll queue up a game of Zerg, give me the Roaches and Ravagers though, just because one Widowmine won't ruin your entire life.
It's a fair point. It's a fair counterpoint. Also, I thought you play random.
I did sometimes, but when I play Zerg, I'd usually just 13-12 or Rav. I'd have a cheese for every match.
Every match.
And it's been a hot minute since I queued up as random. Ling's going to be wrapping around on top of these Marines. That drop getting shut down. Dream just continuously poking his opponent here. Meanwhile, the drop going to be going into the natural. A Spore Crawler having something to say about that, though, furiously shooting that Medivac.
Oh gosh, getting out of there in time though. Ling's cruising in 2 or 3 at a time. They do have the +1 armor, which is nice. And there you go.
1-1 upgrades are currently tied on both fronts. Pretty equal timing.
Get that Medivac. Top left, top left. Medivac running.
Yeah. How is this?
Oh, I can't believe it's alive. It's
4
got 4 HP. That's garbage.
Oh no, this queen. Oh, get it. You could have got it.
Lazy queen.
Yeah, lazy.
You were given
Shame
much
on
range
that
by the
queen.
Blizzard gods.
So much shame.
Shame. Ding. Meh.
The March
Alright,
of the
21.
Queens is beginning. DRG.
What the what? What are you doing?
Where are you
21 Banelings in
these-
production
Where are you
too.
sending these ladies?
He's bringing them across so
Alright.
they can transfuse all of the Zerglings that he's got.
Okay, they are quickly regretting that. I mean, the creep spread's getting pretty darn good for DRG. Dream's gonna run out, and he's gonna like, there's queens and creep tumors all the way up here. That ain't good.
Not anymore. Not anymore, there's not.
No. Hive on the way for DRG. His 2-2 just about to finish up, so he's actually got himself a very sick
Oh,
upgrade
gosh.
lead right now, so Dream's army could be in a
Oh,
bit of trouble.
gosh.
Those poor Marines and Marauders
Alright,
are left
well, everybody
for
dies.
dead.
Decent pickup there.
Yeah, it did save some of those units. Meanwhile, a drop going down in the main base. Is Queen going to be in a bit of trouble? But no, she actually gets saved there. So DRG is just looking so good in his defense, and then all of a sudden he comes out with 1 million Zerglings or something. So, I mean, I'm a little bit concerned here for Dream. He just... a lot of his supply is tied up in production. And DRG's lurking. Oh, man. Oh, man,
He
this
wants that
planetary.
planetary
These mines,
so
they got
bad.
to burrow. Those mines got to get in that ground right now. DRG is coming in with so much Zerg here. Widow mines going off. Pretty decent connections. Can the planetary hold on? Marines reinforcements rounding out. SCV's got to try and repair that planetary, but I think it's going to go down there.
Oh no! Lings took it down. That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No
but
repair at all.
looks like Dream will hold on, but yeah, no repair. The SCVs ran away. And 16 SCVs died. The one command center canceled. The other planetary killed. So having a bit of a rough go at it is Dream. He's still got the 3 bases going, but was definitely set back a bit. However, now a potential counterattack could come out. We take a look at the army supply here. It's 70 to 38.
Holy crap.
One Widow Mine burrowing, another mine gonna burrow on the front here. Those Banelings could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, it gets the connection, so suddenly DRG could have suddenly overcommitted here as Dream's looking to go for a furious counterattack right now. Alright, that Medivac looking for a drop. DRG looking for a Ling counterattack, potentially gonna try and deny that 4th base. Looks like Dream has sniffed this out though. Ling's coming on in.
That is not enough Marines to hold that. Sorry, guys. Widowmine's coming in to try to save the day. The entire army coming back to save the day, and that's going to be enough too. A drop here at the 3rd base, causing some problems. Again, Ling's responding in a pretty efficient manner here. A couple drones go down, but overall not too bad. And Ultralisks are in production. Chitin is plating coming in here as well. The drops are real, but there are Ling groups everywhere. That Medivac should go down, and it does. No, what? Oh, called it too early. Wait, it died. Something. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, Dream pushing up with a larger army. Lings, Banelings, Queens, ready to rock. The Ultras take forever to pop. They're not quite here yet. It'd be nice if they did.
All right, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty scary looking push here from Dream. Lots of Marauders on the front just waiting to bait DRG into a bad engagement. No transfuse goes down on that hatchery, so it falls with the broodlings, though. DRG gonna pounce on top of this. Can he push back the Terran? Dream has a very good spread right now, and more Widow Mines on the high ground. No Overseer here.
Yeah, I love those mech ultras so much.
Oh, they look so cool. However, they do need yeah, that is actually a pretty big mistake from DRG not having an Overseer with the army to clean up those mines. They're now reburrowing, recharging here for Dream.
And the ultras are getting kited. There's enough Marauders here to be scary. That medevac finally gets picked off. It had like 0 HP. Baneling's coming in. It's a desperation play right now from DongRaeGu. He is sneaking down the left side to try to take down the third base of Dream, or the fourth base at the same time, trying to finish that sucker off. Ultra's taking the Widowmine hits.
Okay, Ling's getting into the third
door
base.
is open too. All right, love this
game
little
going on
counterattack
right now.
action. Widowmine's firing on a Zergling or two, nothing too crazy.
Okay, Dream holds on. These players have just been scrapping so hard.
Yeah, it's pretty even across the board right now, which is not great because DongRaeGu lost that base. He wants to be on 5 versus the 4 of the Terran. Not happening all that well. He is replacing it, making more Ultralisks, 23 Banelings in production. And really not much of a response to Ultras here. He's making Marauders, sure, but no Ghosts, no Liberators, no tanks. Just going to be Marauders all day versus these Ultras, which can work, but kind of worry here.
Yeah, 23 Banelings just finishing up for DRG, and he's got such a killer's instinct. Is it going to work out this time? It very well could. A lot of the bio, or at least some of the bio, is moving out in Medivacs for drops right now, and it is not going to work on out. Can Dream hold on this time around? I mean, the Ultras are going to lose their support pretty quickly, but more Lings are streaming on in.
And the Lings are like, nope, sorry, bye. We're not interested. Concussive Shell doesn't work on Ultras because they're massive, but you still do the full damage on them if you can hit them, and Ultras aren't all that fast. Anabolic Synthesis is not done, actually.
That is a very good point. Does DRG know that upgrade's in the game?
I don't think he knows it exists. He would have it if he's using Ultras off creep, for sure.
Yeah, let's
Another
see.
Ling attack down south here.
Oh,
This
man,
attack
that is a
should be
big
handled,
counterattack.
but they can't get in because there's minerals in the way.
They cannot.
Bring a drone. All right, they're taking an alternate path.
Oh, could be a bit of a surround here. Oh, good reaction, and all that Widow Mine.
Nothing
So close
doing.
to getting a nice connection off there.
Drop in the third base up north here too. That, oh man. DongRaeGu's kind of falling apart right now. There's a drop inside the main base at the same time. 12 drones have gone down.
Supreme multitasking here. DRG is putting out the fires, though, pretty quickly after Dream lights them.
And medevac down, which makes the Marines much easier to clean up here, despite the fact they are focusing on more Queens, more drones. Continuing to go down here. Dream's army supply is double that of
Yeah, I'm a
DongRaeGu's
little
right now.
concerned for DRG. He hasn't made any more ultras or anything. He's got a ton of gas and minerals, as a matter of fact, so I think he needs to make just like a whackload of Banelings or something, because this push is coming on in now. He's got a lot of Lings that are not here to help defend as well, so this is looking a little dicey. Only 3 ultras. DRG only just fired up another one now, and now just one of them went down.
I'm honestly surprised we're not seeing any infestors. Fungal is so good with Ultralisks. And attacking off creep, not necessarily what you want to do there. A bunch of Banelings exploding on nothing. Ling's doing stuff on the other side of the map, though.
Oh, big
Taking about
counterattack.
25 SCVs in the meantime here, slowing down.
DRG has to hold on in order to justify that counterattack.
He does.
And so far he is doing that. He's going to lose a critical hatchery, though.
He's buying time. He's got 38 Lings in production.
Wait, did he actually kill that command center? He did.
Wow,
Marks
that's
on the
huge.
ground. They're indicating that. And actually, wait, what?
Whoa! Wait, whoa, whoa!
Whoa! Okay,
Whoa.
DRG taps out.
I mean, sure, he lost that hatch, but he had 80 workers. 130 supply. Sure, he was down double, but
Whoa.
man, if he just holds there...
DRG was like down supply that entire game, and then he taps out. I think he definitely could have kept that going.
I do too. I'm not happy about it.
I mean, he was running out of units there. Anyway. All right.
He was.
So, GG, we have Dream advancing to the finals. Very well done.